RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
When you have a team of physicians and nurses that really truly care about their patients, that translates into patient care.
It's a small practice, it's a small town. Everybody really takes that time to put the patient first.
Everybody cares what's happening to me and that I'm making progress and I'm gaining my freedom back and my mobility back. This patient is saying thank you.
It seems like these days you can't go anywhere without running into RCBers like pro footballer Brandon Whedon, who happily say, that's my bank. We're committed to providing you with hometown community banking services, keeping your money safe and secure.
Hey, am I doing this right?
Don't worry, we're way better at banking.
RCB Bank, that's my bank.
Located at 300 North Harrison Avenue in Cushing.
Hey, welcome to the halftime report, the RCB, That's My Bank halftime report. I'm Bruce Vogt. It's Vogt's Notes. I'm here with Ish Engel. 42-8 in Putnam City, where your Cushing Tigers are taking on the Elk City Elks. I'm here with Ish, and Ish, it's been quite a first half, and Travis and I was talking a little bit earlier after the half ended that we expected the Tigers to come out and play hard and play tough, but we didn't expect it to be a 42-8 ball game at halftime.
Oh wow, and I tell you, I wish I'd been able to see this all season. I mean, I loved being with my Eagles this season, but wow, what numbers they're putting up! This is
I know it.
This is nice.
And just when you think you have Cushing figured out, they come up with a little trick play that we haven't seen all year long, and it was perfect. I mean, a little hiccup, but they executed it perfectly and scored on it. It's just crazy. You got some stats for us. Why don't you run over that offense for us real quick?
Well, and it's 301 total yards for the Tigers. It's 173 passing and 128 rushing so far in this game. Only 10 rush attempts, 12.8 yards per carry, and they're just blowing it up in the air. I Show Blaze has 10 of 16, 173 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then we actually had one discrepancy on a possible pass that I think I might have interpreted as a pass. You did as a run.
Right, and I had Blaze down for 4 touchdowns. I had one to Crooks, one to Yount, and 2 to Brady Matheson. And if you remember, Brady Matheson did that roll catch into the end zone, and then he got that other pass out there in the flats about the 20-yard line right on the shoestrings and curled around and went in for a touchdown. So it was that offense. Berlowitz is on point tonight. He's doing a great job engineering that offense. And, that offensive line, they just collapse around him, and he just kind of steps up, still finds his way. He's doing some things tonight that we haven't seen, and that's run the ball. It was kind of interesting, and he's been effective at running the ball, which throws the defense off balance because on film, Berlowitz hasn't run that much all year long.
And he really has put up some good numbers tonight. I show him having 6 rushes, 22 yards. But what really impresses me is even when he's going, until he gets to the line of scrimmage, that ball is up, his eyes are downfield. He would much rather let it go to one of his receivers to score than to try and pull it down himself and score. And that's the kind of selfless leadership you need in your quarterback.
Well, and when you have receivers like Yount and Crooks and Brady Matheson out there, and Jones now is running out there in the flats where he hasn't been doing that very much. I shouldn't say he hadn't been doing it very much. We hadn't been throwing to him very much because everybody else is normally open. Well, game films, Elk City has done their job. The coaches have done their job. They've brought their kids out and did a great job coaching them. So, they're sealing up Crooks as much as they can, Yount as much as they can. Well, what does that do? That opens up Jones. And Jones has done some great catches. Brody's passes, he needs to get a little bit more crisper, a little bit more on point. Some of them has been some ducks out there. But, when you have great receivers, even a bad pass looks good. Defensively.
I'm just amazed. Holding them to 85 total yards, 97 rushing yards, and then it's a negative 12 passing yards between sacks and whatnot.
Isn't that crazy? When the numbers are for Elk City are pretty high offensively on rushing and on defense, Cushing has kind of stymied that and really just kind of thrown their numbers off the table and said, hey, we're going to make you some new numbers.
Oh, yeah.
The coaches are going to have a heck of a time at halftime trying to get their team turned around.
Oh, yeah, and of that 97, 65 came on one play, which means we've held them to 32 yards on all their other rushing attempts. And this is my alma mater is college alma mater is a running team. Mm-hmm. You want to get on the field, you control the game you just don't let the other team's offense on the field. Mm-hmm. And it looks like Elk City is based that way, built that way. They want to just grind you down. Well, you can't do that when you're trailing 42 to 8.
Well, when you get the Tigers' defense is spot on. They're the star of the game tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Cushing defense has probably been the highlight for me in the last couple of games. And you've got Yount just a bulldogging his way out there. He's a menace. He's has about 10 tackles to his credit. Burgett got 3 or 4. Hilligoss has got a couple. Heisler has been everywhere. And and you always have Matheson to deal with. So the Tigers have done everything correctly. And going into this second half, now we've got something to prove. Elk City come in and just beat us up last year and set us out. We're going to make a statement. We're not going to send you home down 42 to 8. I promise you. It's not if they're going to put as much as they can on the board and get out of here. And again, we want to thank RCB Bank. That's my bank for sponsoring this halftime show. Ish, it's always great to have you here. You're an amazing man. Keeping those stats, we're not, mine are so uneducated down here on this piece of paper, and yours is just so advanced and so forward. But again, thanks to RCB for having the halftime show. The votes note. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining the Hub Network.
Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank Pahuska, wants you to know they are still the same friend.
That one for Crooks on that opening. What happened? When was that?
Joe, was that good? Okay. All right. I tried a different rhythm.
It was good for me.
Yeah. I was trying to keep you.
Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank Pahuska, wants you to know they are still the same friendly hometown bank. Local people that live, work, and worship right here in Cushing. Providing you the same great service, more convenient products and technology, making your local banking experience even better. A great bank, serving a great community. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank Pahuska.
That 85-yard or one I showed, that long one goes.
Error. Network failure.
When your internet goes down, your customers disappear. Simple transactions suddenly become very important. Protect your business from severe weather, severed lines, and other internet interruptions. Keep your business doing business and your customers happy. So what IoT? Internet everywhere.
Since 2003, Pro Events has had one singular focus: great audio, video, and lighting systems. Never confusing our industry with the PC crowd, Pro Events always provides you with the best, most reliable options for your house of worship, school, or corporate training facility. Make your system stand out from the crowd. And remember,
for the best AV, you know where to go visit proevents.pro.
When your internet goes down, your customers disappear. SOAT IoT helps keep you connected in almost any circumstance.
SOAT IoT keeps us connected all the time.
When your internet goes down, your customers disappear. SOAT IoT helps keep you connected in almost any circumstance.
SOAT IoT keeps us connected all the time.
When your internet goes down, your customers disappear. SOAT IoT helps keep you connected in almost any circumstance.
SOAT IoT keeps us connected all the time.
RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
All right, welcome back to the Hub Network, and here, Tiger Football Live, your hometown Tigers leading Elk City 42-8 as we get ready to start the third quarter. Travis, man, this has been all that it was billed to be and more.
Well, and you certainly have to feel like the conversations in the locker room would have been much different at halftime for both teams. One, for the Cushing Tigers, would have been, okay, that's what we do. Let's keep doing what we do and don't let up now. For Elk City, it would be, hey, we don't let up. This is not what we normally do. Let's go back out, and whatever they can do in one half, we can do better in the second half, and let's climb our way back into this game and show these guys why we're state semifinals against them, and we want to go to the finals just as bad as they do now. 24 minutes to go. We'll see which team gets it done.
I do. I agree, but I think the Cushing Tigers, their coaches, and the kids that bought into this, their defense, you're going to have to do a lot to really get by them.
So far, that's right. The Tiger defense has looked prepared. They've executed. They've been caught on one play that got away from them. And other than that, they've been prepared for the misdirection plays and the things that.
Well, now, Travis, wait a minute. They've been caught on one play. They've been caught on two plays. They caught on a play and the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion. True.
It's a double score by Elk City. Let's not let that go.
And the thing that of course, for them, getting 3 or 4 yards is part of their, repertoire and what they do week in and week out. They just don't normally have the trouble with a powerful offense like the Tigers have displayed tonight. They don't normally have the power that our defense have showed.
Man, I'm just telling you, the defense the Tigers show, we watched it, and you kind of compare it to Carl Albert. They look an awful lot like that. They're converging on everything, they're crashing on everything, and executing all across the board. Man, I really like what I'm seeing so far out of the defense. Offense firing as they always are on all cylinders. But more than that, mixing things up on both sides of the ball as well. Not always Camden in the shadow position. You also see Noah Jones in the shadow position going around.
Yeah, and we've talked about the difficulty of the Tiger offense for any defense is if we double here or if we, shadow off or spy on this or we go ahead and, commit to the blitz here. Blaze can get out of it. Blaze can get rid of the ball. He's got check down receivers, normally Jones in the flats. And whenever the play does develop and you're doubling one wide receiver, there's two other weapons out there running an equally good route. So having those options is what has been that and special teams is what has given the Tigers this 42-8 lead.
And the offense, we haven't worried about the offense all year long. The offense has always done their job, done it extremely well, put the points on the board. The defense tonight has stepped up tremendously, and the key to their game so far is discipline. They've stayed home. They've stayed their assignments, stayed on their people, and like I say, a few hiccups here and there, hey, it's football.
And I think the key to any defensive game against a misdirection style offense that Elk City runs, and I've talked to some former players that played last year against these guys, they'll pull two guards and go opposite directions and do some funny things to really throw linebackers off. The key to it is assignments. And you mentioned it. They've held to their assignments, and the defense has been prepared thus far, holding Elk City to only 8 points. Wagner awaits the winner of this in the finals next week, and there's 24 minutes to go. And Matheson will kick off as Elk City will receive the opening kick of the second half. It will be taken around the 20-yard line, and he'll be caught from behind and taken down.
We've got everything cleaned up and reset, so if you're watching, you can check back to switch back over to Face on YouTube. There's a new broadcast over the same actual stream on Facebook, but there's a new one that started on YouTube. You feel free to check both those out. They're both clean, clear, and running nice thus far.
And if you get out and get back in, it may refresh.
That's right.
To it is what I'm trying to say. It may clean up as well. So always make sure to try that. Other than that, we're looking for an exciting second half as the Tigers try to close the door on this semifinal game. And Elk City will come out from their own 25-yard line, and they'll try to say, no, we're not done yet. As Jones under center and now has wide receivers both sides. This short pass out into the screens. The flats, rather, and that's to their fast wide receiver. That's Caden Holder, number 1 for Elk City.
And Crooks on the tackle.
And I'm re-looking at that. That's the far side of the field. That may also, it could be 7. Cooper Patton. He's one of their go-to jet sweep runners as well. I believe it was Holder. So it's good for a first down. And Elk City will take this snap from around the 37-yard line. And that's blown up in the backfield. Nice play. Is that Horn from the
Horn.
defensive back position, from the linebacker position? Yep. Read that one from the start. Came through the line. And, again, credit your interior linemen for causing confusion and havoc, opening up holes for linebackers to fill in those gaps, and other guys on the team have the assignments for the possible handoff or the possible pitch.
And credit Burgett on the assist on that.
That'll be 3. A loss of 3 on the play will bring up second down 13. Now the same pass out in the flats. This one also caught, but the Tiger defense more set up this time. The pass was complete to Caden Holder. And as Bruce said, Yount on the tackle makes a move on. Instead of going the route, it develops so fast that you don't take 3 or 4 steps backwards if you're more anticipating the play. That can also lead to a double move at some point in the game and try to catch somebody downfield a little farther after the wide receiver has checked up for the pump fake.
And that was a big gainer on that first possession, first play for Elk City. But on that particular play, Cushing made the quick adjustments, and they were all over that play.
Elk City now, linemen are talking at the line as they get set. Fields under center, puts a man in motion. He'll drop back to pass once again. This one does look to go downfield, but he's flushed and taken down from behind. The Tiger defense.
Number 22 on the tackle.
Wyatt Heisler comes in and is able to catch Fields, and another loss on the play. So Elk City comes out. One thing that we were kind of curious about at halftime was, will Elk City adjust any of their offense, which has worked so well for them all year, and force them to pass the ball? One of their passes tonight had led to the Blue Sky Bank Big Tiger play of the game, which was an interception by the defense. And in that possession at least, Elk City did pass more than we've seen most of the first half. That end-over-end kick will go away from Crooks and be down around the 35-yard line, and that's where the Tiger offense will come out to continue.
It's amazing how quick you learn not to kick to him.
Yeah. And you find out that, an end-over-end that gets a lot of roll and is way away from him will work to our advantage in the long run.
Yep.
Want to mention Crossroads Wellness Center, 918-890-5700. Visit them at 115 North Harrison Street Avenue in Cushing. Hormone replacement therapy and Botox Cosmetics, Crossroads Wellness Center.
Tiger offense now, question being, will they use the clock more and focus on the running game? This is a pass right over the middle. That's going to go to Brady Matheson. He has room, makes another man miss. Oh, but he's just tripped up inside the 40. Nice move by Matheson. He kept his feet. He was off to the house. He gets up and says, I should have had that one. But to his credit, he made a great catch and could have been tackled back back here and was not. Made a great catch, a great run, spots the ball at the Elk City 38-yard line, first down and 10. Barlowitz now continuing with some tempo. He'll hand this one off to Jones, who has a hole, fighting for extra yards down inside the 30 near the 25. That's going to be number 8, Tyler Moyer with the tackle. They'll spot the ball to 27. The gain is good for a Tiger first down and 10. Nice job by those linemen opening up those holes and making that run possible for Jones. And Jones, a patient runner, waits for those holes to develop and then finds his running space. Barlowitz now 2 wide receivers near side, hands off again to Jones, who cuts back. He'll make his way to the 22, maybe 23-yard line. A pickup of 5 on the play. He'll bring up second down and 5. Tiger offense is on the move. You'd certainly think that would be part of the halftime strategy was don't let up now. Go keep doing what we do. We've got 24 minutes to go. 2 wide receivers far side and Matheson on the near side. This will go to Crooks in the flats. Screen play. He has room. Gets inside the 10-5. Touchdown, Tigers. We'll look, see. There's the signal. I didn't think he stepped out of bounds, but it was possible. The official comes in, signals the touchdown. So with 8:05 remaining in the third quarter, the Tigers now on the board at 48.
And that's why I always wait for the official signal before we actually put it on our scoreboard. That way we know. We don't have to go back there and minus it back off. But, man, Crooks all out there by himself. I wonder how does that even happen?
Well, it's a well-designed play. The wide receiver to that same side as him put a great block. And if you looked ahead in your screen, you would have seen that, he's pushing his guy 10 yards down the field. So that just leaves Crooks one-on-one. And Crooks one-on-one is a nightmare in most defenses' dreams. That kick is up and good, so 8:05 remaining. Tigers have a 49-8 lead over Elk City.
Good news, rates just got better. I'm excited to announce that auto insurance rates just went down. I can help you find coverage that works for you. Let's talk now. That's Randy Robinette at State Farm Insurance. Give them a call, 918-225-1957. Cushing Family Pharmacy and Compounding Center. We know how to treat you right. MedSync, immunizations, and compounding. Give them a call at 918-225-200 or give them a visit at 200 South Highland Avenue in Cushing, Oklahoma. Cushing Family Pharmacy and Compounding Center. Favco Electric. Give John a call at 918-225-2799 or 918-862-3362. Serving our area for over 36 years, or with 36 years of experience, it's the quality that counts with prompt, reliable services. That is Favco Electric. Make sure to let these sponsors know how much you appreciate them bringing this broadcast to you and making it available, especially into this postseason.
Tigers now set to kick.
One thing about this, Elk City hasn't been in this position since since like the second or third game when they played. I think it was Canadian out of Texas that beat them.
I think it's Carl Albert had the win over them. Yeah, they played Canadian over Texas. I think they came away with the win.
Carl Albert like 45-7 or something like that.
Yeah, folks had said Carl Albert is just a wrecking.
It was 45-2.
I'm sorry.
There you go. So the Tigers now set to kick. Matheson will kick deep. And that end over end will be taken just inside the 20, around the 18-yard line. And a little seam opens up, and he'll make his way back to the 35.
Carl Peterson on the tackle.
That run back was taken by number 34, Alex Cup. And the Tiger defense retakes the field. And really, ever since the first few drives of the first quarter have had command of this game. Elk City started to put something together right before halftime and started to make some moves and came out of a timeout and jumped off sides and set themselves backwards. But as we've already seen their offense come out and show, time is now in favor of the Tigers. This will start from the Elk City 34-yard line. Tigers in the 4-3 defensive look, man in motion, handoff, and met in the backfield. That's going to be a loss. What an amazing play. Yount again. Levi Owens, I believe, was the running back, and that play has been their bread and butter, 3 to 5 yard pickup all night long. But with the assignments and the skill of this Tiger defense and carrying out those assignments, Yount was in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. It'll bring up second down 12.
We just talked about in the pregame that Tyler Yount has been all over the field, Lane the last 2 games. And, man, he's proven again this game, finding the gap there.
Now Fields will hand off over the middle. Nope, it'll be a pitch out to the tailback. He'll find a little bit of running room, eventually brought down near the 40-yard line.
I interviewed Lane this week and asked him about that. You know, I was calling him Tyler, and he said, listen, my uncle was so bad that he's just notorious. That was a pretty good way to put it.
Okay.
Moreland in on the tackle.
That'll spot the ball at the 39-yard line, so Elk City finding some positive yards, and it'll bring up third down and 5. Still 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 is what you're looking for, but certainly 3rd and 5 is more manageable than some of the long distances they've tried to get all night. We'll see if they go back to the air. They're in their bunch formation, put a man in motion, and quarterback sneak. That worked for 5 or 6 yards earlier. This looks like it'll be right to the 44-yard line and will possibly be and is a first down and 10. So a quarterback sneak here and, you know, a pass to the flats earlier, finding positive yards for the Elks.
Burgett finally bringing him down over there.
As Elk City begins to approach midfield. The idea here, of course, would be to score and then, you know, start to capitalize and try to put the Tigers in a situation to make some mistakes. Fields with the quarterback keeper, he'll get maybe a yard on the play.
I'm looking out here at the fans in front of us, and it might as well have been a home game for Cushing. They have traveled, well, both teams have traveled excellent, but Cushing just filled up these home stands here at Putnam City.
Yeah, we mentioned the faithful all year long for the Tigers. And for sure, whenever you go to the Tulsa area or the Oklahoma City area, you've got alumni and people who live in those areas that possibly drive out and maybe can't make it back home very often. We've played most of our games on the east side of the state this year. So a good opportunity here for fans to come out and also to tune in and join us right here. That's a nice hit right there at the line of scrimmage. Matheson read that one. It should be, well, they're going to give him a yard gain on the play. Again, it just looked like Matheson from a linebacker position was reading that all the way and just stepped right up unblocked.
Man.
And you give your running back credit for not, you know, going backwards. However, you know, a 1 yard gain is all they've got. So now they're back in a familiar territory thus far this game, facing a 3rd and long, a 3rd down and 8 situation.
And that's just like 2 Rams hitting head on. It was just a stop, dead stop.
Mind you, the old commercials, the old Dodge truck commercials. Fields now under center. The play clock had expired maybe. The officials will come in, and this will be a delay of game penalty against Elk City. And
Trouble
2 steps,
building.
2 steps forward and 3 steps back is it Paula Abdul that is doing the halftime show tonight?
Yes, I have no idea.
That'll spot the ball back at the 41-yard line as Elk City now facing a 3rd down and 13.
Personally, sir, I don't watch the halftime shows. That's primetime snack time.
Fields now rolling out to his right, throwing back to his left.
Well, I mean, that is unless it's, RCB at the half and post notes. I always
right.
watch that one.
Yeah, about that.
The real
Not
halftime
those
show.
Others.
Yeah. Ace Wright right there in coverage for the Tigers. However, the pass a little high. And, of course, I think we have to say that's one of the reasons Elk City doesn't go to the pass as much as they can. It's just not in their arsenal. And the Tigers' defense has done a great job of putting them in that situation where we're going to shut down the run. You're going to have to pass. And, well, that'll bring up a fourth down in a punt situation. Crooks standing back at the 25-yard line. That's a low end over end, and Crooks will have to let it go, as will the other Tigers. And Elk City will pin Cushing at the 23-yard line. The Tigers will start first down and 10.
I want to mention Tank Farm Services. That is our instant replay sponsor. And every time you see that instant replay, make sure you mention to them, hey, we appreciate you bringing that to us. Tank Farm Services in Cushing. Give them a call at 918-225-4600. Tank Farm Services and the instant replay. Also, Tiger Lilies floral design. Beautiful blooms for every occasion. 918-223-1868 or 102 East Broadway in Cushing. Tiger Lilies.
Barlowitz now with two wide receivers to both sides and Jones in the backfield to his left. Tiger offense looking to put the stamp on this pass on the far side. Will go for nearly a first down possibly, and it looks like they will. That'll be a first down at 10 for the Tigers.
All right. Or is that what you say? First down. First down. First down. Somebody in black uniform-ish.
It looks like Yount's lined up out there. Could not see who actually made the catch because it's so far away, and he was taken out of bounds and covered by white jerseys.
Our crack statistician-ish has done such a good job. He was asking who was it, and I was like, I'm too busy doing an Elton Willard impersonation. I don't have time to see who did that.
Pass to Crooks in the middle, and he's got Maroon, makes a guy miss, cut, turn, spin. He's across the 50.
Woo!
He makes his way to the Elk 48-yard line. That'll be a Tiger first down and 10.
I mentioned this earlier in the season, but number 21 runs like he's angry at everything, including the turf. He's just the violence with which he runs. It is impressive.
It's one of those you can see a mad scientist sharpening his cleats between games, just going. This handoff to Jones. He has running room and gets his way down to the 28-yard line before being taken down. It looked like that was number 7, Cooper Patton, on the tackle.
That one set up perfectly. Quick snap right up the middle, opens up. It was open from the snap, and Jones, never even stuttered.
Those interior linemen do such a great job of getting fired off the ball and opening up those quick holes. Linebackers are sitting 5-6 yards deep because you got to worry about the pass threat, and it's a great time to just,
And he had great acceleration once he got the ball, 20-yard gain for Jones.
Great time to, bam, let him hit that hole full speed. He'll now move to the left side of Berlowitz with two wide receivers both sides. Berlowitz will give to Jones again. He's in traffic this time, but won't stop moving his feet. And he'll be taken down, but not before a gain near the 24-yard line.
They'll give him 4 yards on that.
That'll bring up a second down and 6.
Hey, listen, I don't want to say this has been an exciting game, but my Fitbit thinks I've been jogging for the last 2 hours. It just told me, good job, way to get that exercise in. And I promise you, all I've done is stand in one spot.
Over by the Snickers bowl?
Yeah.
I need you to wear my Fitbit.
Yeah, no kidding.
So it's kind of a get mad at me bit right now.
My heart rate's like, woohoo.
Barlowitz looks to the sideline. Two wide receivers both sides now. Horn in the game, giving Jones some time. And this handoff will go to Horn. That hole closed up pretty fast as
I'm not sure that hole ever opened up.
No,
I think Elk City had kind of anticipated something to that effect. Of course, that play is oftentimes designed for Berlowitz to pull the ball back, but sometimes it doesn't develop until he actually hands it. It's one of those give or take, literally, and that time he gave it, and Horn couldn't take it anywhere.
-2 for Horn. That gives him two yards on the game.
That'll be
He only had 2 rushes.
Yeah, 3rd down and 8. 2 wide receivers both sides again. As Coach calls in some plays.
Bringing in the gaps.
Barlowitz now on a retreat. This will be an inside screen. It goes to Brady Matheson. He's got blockers and room. Makes a guy miss. Touchdown, Tigers.
How did he do that?
There's a flag on the play, but I'm telling you something, that was a thing of beauty. This younger Matheson has been a blast to watch all season long. We'll see what the officials call here.
That really truly.
That play is a developing screen. We'll see what the officials call, and it may nullify the play, but it was beautiful to watch because a developing screenplay like that has to have
block in the back.
Yeah, they'll bring it back, but it has to have certain people doing certain things to pull the defense one way while the pass is going to be misdirected back into the inside. And then the way he ran after he received it is what made the play work. He makes one guy miss. He's got nothing but end zone. Beautiful execution other than the one bad block in the back that was seen. And we continue now with 3rd down and 8. The offense continues on the march. The ball is spotted at the 36-yard line. Horn still in the backfield. Barlowitz now back to and passes down the middle, and he's got a man, just misses him.
It was Brody, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe that was Brody. Barlowitz in the end zone. Just out of his reach. Now, to that credit, if he underthrows it or throws it behind him, there were defenders for Elk City there, so he put it where the only place that possibly his brother could get it, just a little too far. Otherwise, it would have been 6. Instead, it'll bring up a 4th down and 8. Okay, the ball now spotted at the 26-yard line. Or remains at the 26-yard line, sorry. Barlowitz now has 3 wide receivers to the far side. He'll back to pass. Fires to the left side of the field where Crooks is all alone, and he's taken down eventually in what looked to be a wrestling move.
I don't want to question your statement there about taken down, but someone took someone down.
That's right.
It looked like Crooks came out on top of that.
Well, and that's why I didn't know how to describe it, because normally you just tackle a guy. Crooks, you can't. Yeah. So he kind of got him in some sort of role where we've seen Crooks come out of those before and get 10, 15 more yards. Yeah. This time he was able to hold on, maybe with some leg help and some sort of push here or there. He got him down. It is a 1st down and goal for the Tigers right at the 10-yard line. This handoff to Jones as he returns. He's got running room, gets close inside the 5. He'll be down around the 3-yard line.
See, we got 13 seconds left on the clock here.
7 yards scamper.
And looks like they're going to let the time tick away.
We are 1 quarter away from the Tigers advancing to the state finals for the first time since 2014. It's 49-8. Your Tigers over Elk City. Stay right here for the 4th quarter. We'll be back in just a moment.
Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank Pahuska, wants you to know they are still the same friendly hometown bank. Local people that live, work, and worship right here in Cushing. Providing you the same great service, more convenient products and technology, making your local banking experience even better. A great bank, serving a great community. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank Pahuska.
When your internet goes down, your customers disappear. Simple transactions suddenly become very important. Protect your business from severe weather, severed lines, and other
When you have a team of physicians and nurses that really truly care about their patients, that translates into patient care.
It's a small practice, it's a small town. Everybody really takes that time to put the patient first.
Everybody cares what's happening to me and that I'm making progress and I'm gaining my freedom back and my mobility back. This patient is saying thank you.
That handoff up the middle to Jones. He's in for the touchdown. Tigers straight ahead and with force. The Tigers put that one in, I believe, from the 3-yard line.
Yes, sir. What a way to start the fourth quarter as the Tigers fire it in for another touchdown, taking the lead, extending the lead, I should say, 55-8. Hey, folks, if you're watching online, we are actually shooting through windows here. We're having to shoot through some windows, and they're tinted windows. And the people from Putnam City actually told us they were looking at the different tints. They gave them some options, and they thought this was the medium, and it's actually a lot darker than they thought it was going to be. So we're getting all we can through there.
Tigers now to attempt the extra point, as been the situation all year long. Hilligoss to hold, Matheson on for the point after. And kind of a delay here as a flag comes in, raining in from above, if you will.
I want to give everybody a suggestion also. Something you can do is go to your display settings on your TV and switch it over to dynamic. That'll brighten everything up, at least throughout the game. If it's looking a little bit dark for you, it doesn't on my devices, but hey, what am I to say? I want everybody to enjoy it.
Now I believe we're ready for the extra points. A penalty on Cushing. It'll be backed up. Now this attempt will be landing at the 15. It'll be a 25-yard field goal if it goes. And check that extra point, and it is good. So Matheson gets the point after, and the Tigers now lead 56-8 over Elk City just 3 seconds into the fourth quarter.
Dan Star Productions performing Arts Center. Give them a call at 918-225-3338. Tap, jazz, ballet, lyrical, hip-hop, contemporary, and tumbling. That is Dance Star Productions. Also, Baker Pharmacy and Medical Supplies. Susan Coing and Doug Baker at 918-225-2200. Cushing's only locally owned pharmacy. Give them a visit at 1022 East Cherry Street in Cushing. Baker Pharmacy and Medical Supply. Horizon Construction, your home is our pride. We can handle any project under the sun. Brand Carrera at 918-339-5835 or horizonconstruction.biz. Commercial, residential, custom build, remodel. Horizon Construction can handle it all. Hey, these sponsors, they make it possible for us to even be here on a cold night like this and for you to be where you're at watching it in a warm place. Make sure you let them know, thanks for bringing the Hub Network to your house or device or whatever you're watching it on.
Yeah, and it's one of those situations. Could be driving down the highway, listening to it on your phone. You could be, at home watching it on the big screen. You might be at home on the couch watching it on your phone. Either way, you may know somebody that works for one of these sponsors. You may not go in directly and have to find them. Just mention to them, hey, tell your boss, tell your organization that we appreciate their sponsorship. This is a low kick, and this will be downed by Elk City near the 10-yard line. So strategic kick, I would say, at best on special teams for the Tigers. And Elk City will start deep in their own territory from the 10-yard line. So 11 minutes and 55 seconds away from the Tigers returning to the state championship game, where Wagner will await the winner.
And Wagner will be coming with an attitude because we've already put a whomping on them. Can I say whomp them?
I don't know, but
you did. And I'll tell you this. They have, their loss this year is against us. So you could say they've come through the rest of their season and through their run in the playoffs with us in mind, much like we have with this game in mind. Certainly the overall goal for everyone is to get to that championship game and to put the state championship gold football in the trophy case. That quarterback sneak goes straight ahead, gain of 3 on the play to bring up second down 7.
Moreland in on the tackle.
And so far, the Elk City offense has, whenever you're playing somebody that does not have an explosive offense, you can control the clock. You can control the running game. You can control the time of possession, and that can work in your advantage week after week for win after win. Whenever you play, well, tonight the Tigers' offense, being very explosive. This pass from Fields down the middle. He has a receiver, and it's caught, and he's going, and Crooks will try to catch him from behind. However, that is Caden Holder, one of the faster players, and I would say it would be an interesting foot race between the two of them. Crooks was gaining, but he ran out of real estate, and it will be a touchdown for Elk City. One of the really successful passes that Fields has made tonight.
Yes, and has a 90-yard TD pass.
Really successful, in full stride, running as fast as they could. And Lane let up just a little bit. He was actually there, and Crooks actually passes him, trying to catch him there. That is a difficult play. When you catch somebody in stride like that to try to catch.
Crooks, of course, a state champion hurdler.
Showing those wheels right there. 5 more yards, and I think he runs them down.
I completely agree. Now Fields orchestrating for the 2-point conversion under center. Puts a man in motion and will throw again. This time he is looking around and finds someone eventually.
Nope.
And that pass hits the turf and is no good. So with 11:03 remaining in the fourth quarter and in the state semifinal game, your Tigers 56 and Elk City 14.
The reward of being a good teacher just got better. Call today for the savings you deserve. Farmer Insurance and Dina Floyd, your agent. 918-225-0726, 201 East Main Street in Cushing. Dina Floyd at Farmers Insurance. Put our expertise to work for you. H&R Block. Come by or call or make an appointment today at 401 East Main Street, 918-225-2343. When it comes to taxes, Block has your back, and that means getting every credit and deduction you deserve. H&R Block in Cushing. Palmer Mahler Funeral Home. The score is 56-14. We get set under this fourth quarter action.
I've seen Roman Tucker down there warming up a little bit. I'm kind of wondering if he's going to go in here pretty quick.
Yeah, taking snaps from Kellen Fry and, warming up his arm with some passes. So we'll see if we don't see some younger players get an opportunity to come in and start to close this one out as we are at the 11:03 mark. And Elk City constant had been in this position before as far as making it in the playoffs, always building their program. Will they try an onside kick, get people just in game-type situations, or will they concede, kick it away? They do kick away. That'll be taken by Yount around the 17-yard line. He's got a little bit of room and some blockers, and he'll make his way back to the near side to the 39 before eventually being brought down. I believe that was number 6, Alonzo Gino for Elk City. So the Tigers now will start from their own 39-yard line. The clock we mentioned should be their friend the entire second half and has been thus far, but the Tiger offense just doing what the Tiger offense does. And we'll see Crooks and Schuler bring out the offensive line and Crooks come out with starting backers, and Jones is in the backfield. 2 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near. This handoff goes to Jones, and he'll make about a 3-4 yard gain on the play.
Gets spun around, falling backwards, gains a few more yards, and we can't say enough about this offensive line and just how good they've been all season long. See number 56 there, gimping.
Yeah, we'll say
that.
Cade Ralston. We try to mention. We mentioned Schuler. We've got Brody Todd does a lot with the offensive line. We've got Aiden Spencer has been on the offensive line all year. We've seen some guys that do substitute in throughout the years. It's kind of been an 8-man effort all year long. Whenever they were the most valuable player during one of the weeks, there were about 8 names that the other players and staff gave us. This Jones still fighting, won't go down. Might gain a yard on the play, yeah.
Yeah, listen, someone had a hold of his hand, or he breaks that. He just about came out the backside for about 20.
Yeah. Instead, it'll be a 1 yard gain. It will bring up a 3rd down and 5. And the ball spotted at the 44-yard line.
And Tigers kind of just keeping the ball on the ground, let that clock run.
Yeah, and of course, obviously, you don't, all year long, you've tried to stay injury-free as much as possible. We mentioned that the offensive line has had, guys move in and out of position as they've needed to nurse injuries or get a week by, and they've been able to do that successfully. Now Berlowitz will go with a pass over the middle, that to Yount, just beyond his reach, almost into the hands of Cooper Patton, number 7. But instead, it goes incomplete. We'll bring up a 4th down and 5 and probably a punt opportunity for the Tigers as Brody Berlowitz gets set deep for the snap.
Don't forget, after the game, the Blue Sky Bank postgame interview with Coach Morgan. Also, we've got a special interview with Coach Fry that we're going to play at the conclusion of the game. And so stick around for that. I know you'll enjoy what he has to say about the Tiger defense.
There's the snap for Berlowitz, and he'll take a step and give that punt a good end-over-end punt, a very deep punt.
Oh.
Taken by
number 3.
Yeah, number 3 is Cole Bowie, and had he not got himself tripped up, he might have tried a return, but over the shoulder, and you got guys closing in on you. You pull the ball in, secure it, and you kind of trip yourself up sometimes.
Riley Matheson does a smart thing and just gets over the top of him there to make sure he's not going to get a penalty by making contact. Also want to mention
Elk City will bring their offense out starting from the 11-yard line. Looks like
the little blue marks were on me, folks. I pushed a button a little too early. That was me.
Well, Fields will continue.
I was getting excited about doing a little live read there, sir. Go ahead.
9:08 remaining in the game. Fields will drop back to pass. A blitz coming, and the ball is intercepted, and that's going to go the other direction. And that interception, there is a penalty flag on the play. The interception goes to Hilligoss.
Several penalty flags in the direction of Ace Wright.
I think it was Matheson on the stunt that really put the pressure on Fields, and Fields took the hit after he let go of the ball. He knew he had to throw it quick because he was getting closed in on, and that's exactly what happened. So he throws it up, and we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what the officials come away with here. So where the ball will start, holding against the Tigers.
Was it holding a block in the back? I believe that was a illegal block. I don't have my little fancy note card that.
Well, I know they both, it's either this or this, and the very similar motions either way. The ball's going to start at the 26-yard line. And the Tiger home crowd in front of us has started the wave.
New quarterback.
8:58 remaining in the game, and Roman Tucker will take over at quarterback duties for the Tigers. And Tucker will hand off to the right side.
Number 27.
Yep, that should be Caden Morton. And Morton will get, looks like no gain on the play. So to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Michael Cruz out there. Carl Peterson, trying to mention some of these guys that are getting substituted in.
The Tigers close out this last 8.5 minutes. And we had mentioned earlier, and we'll talk about more in our post-game wrap-up, the Wagner had defeated Poto earlier today and is awaiting the winner of this game for the state championship next week.
55-71. And
Tucker with a quarterback keeper this time has running room, makes a little of his own, gets down near the 10, call it the 13-yard line.
I've told you before, I like the looks of this Roman Tucker at quarterback and Hilligoss at running back. And Hilligoss, of course, is coming out because he's played the whole game through here. But, man, I like the combo. Hilligoss is I really believe, going to be a very, very powerful back for the Tigers.
I, too, like Tucker also because he makes good decisions so far. If he doesn't have what he's initially going for, he'll tuck and run. It doesn't.
Yeah, and he's got the ability to run and make people miss, and he's got speed, and he's also able to make those decisions, like you said, on those run-pass options.
But more importantly, I see what you did there, Bruce, the Tucker has the ability to tuck and run. Yeah.
Yeah,
I see what you did there.
I tried to stop it, but it just came out.
Morton tries the right side and looked for running room to cut back. He is taken down. Looks like they'll spot that around the 11-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play will bring up 2nd down 7. Guess they'll spot it and call it 2nd down 8. As we're approaching the 7-minute mark, again, you'll want to stay with us for post-game interviews and post-game wrap-up. So we'll start to close this one out and look to what would be the last week of high school football in Class 4A in Oklahoma.
Cushing letting the play clocks run down to.
Yeah, they're going to get every second they can out of each play.
This one, Tucker will keep and go left side, near side. He'll gain a few on the play, make his way to the 9, maybe 8.
4-yard gain for Tucker.
So the Tiger offensive line now, with some of those younger players we were mentioning, have come in and done a nice job of keeping things opened a little bit. So that the Tiger offense is able to move the ball and use the clock and wind things up. They have a 56-14 lead.
You know, one thing I've enjoyed about the Tiger fans this year is it doesn't matter what the score is. They have stayed throughout the game. Nobody's leaving early. Everybody's watching the entire game. Great fan support for the Tigers this year and all years.
Yeah. But that staying till the end, staying till afterwards, and you know, giving their ovations. And that play whistled dead, of course, for a penalty. Morton would be ball carrier.
False start.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll spot the ball at the 13-yard line. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 ball now back at the original line of scrimmage.
I hate to even be so excited, but, man.
I know it.
The finals look very close.
And
rematch of a midseason game where the Tigers did come out victorious.
And if you guys got that information for the next game,
that handoff to the near side gains more yards down near the 5-yard line. I believe Morton's a ball carrier.
Yes.
8 yards.
So it'll get to the 6-yard line. They'll call it a gain and bring up 4th down and 3. So short gain on the play, however, enough to put it within grasp of a first down. You know, these younger guys like to come into games. They like to make their scores. They like to have, they're put in a situation to run the clock. They're put in a situation to secure the ball. But they like to get their touchdowns, too, and the line likes to do their job. Yeah. That time gets blown up in the backfield, and Roman Tucker will be taken for a loss, and the result of the play will be a turnover on downs, and Elk City will take over down at the 9-yard line.
Well, not only that, as a younger player, you're in a semifinal football game.
Yeah. Two things I want to say. First of all, the playing time that these young players have had is astronomical, especially when next year we're losing 22 seniors this year. Second of all, this is the I told you so. And I've been waiting to get this in, and so I just want to say to everybody who kept saying to me, "Oh, Wagner wasn't that good. Oh, Cushing's not a great district. Oh, Cushing can't be that good because Wagner." Listen, the team you said is not that good is the team on the other side that we're fixing to face again, and they are still a very good team.
And when we faced them earlier in the year, they were the same as they are now. They've possibly gotten better and stronger, and they'll definitely have their sights on us coming in next week, and it'll be a revenge game for them.
And the thing is, they have the tape of the ball game just like we have the tape of the ball game.
That's right. And they'll be studied up and they'll be ready for that game as well. 5:29 in the fourth quarter and a timeout on the field. So
we'll take that timeout as they are switching out their players as well on the Elk City side. I want to mention Cushing Lumber Company, serving the community for 70 years with name brands that you trust. Give them a call at 918-225-1713 or 924 East Main Street. Cushing Lumber Company. Gids Domain breakfast is ready Monday through Saturday at 5:30 a.m. Or if you want to come in a little bit later and take your chances on getting the donut that you like, you can come a little later. Gids Domain, right there on Main Street.
I like donuts.
Oklahoma Cementing, 918-225-0688. JB Nickelman, Joe Smith go give them a visit at 1115 North Uchi Valley Road in Cushing, Oklahoma cementing of Cushing.
And
I like donuts too.
As they say, who don't like donuts?
Well, but I don't like them as well as those sausage roll thingies they got.
Oh, yeah. Logan Webb now the quarterback for Elk City. He'll hand off to the near side.
And by sausage roll thingies, I mean especially those jalapeno and cheese sausage rolls.
Again, that's why my Fitbit gets mad at me.
Anything fattening works for me.
I don't know what Jazz talking about. I thought those were good for you.
Pearson on the tackle.
It's got vegetables and dairy.
That gain of
jalapenos and cheese. I mean, that's vegetable and dairy, right?
All rolled into one.
See, there you go.
Have you ever sausaged anything like it?
A little bit of protein.
Oh.
Man, I haven't.
2nd down 7. This handoff goes up the middle once again. The Tiger defense just continuing to. At this point, you want Elk City to run their offense. You want to keep them in front of you, and you want to execute. You're building on younger players and that playing time and that experience. You're always coaching. You're building your program, and these are those coachable moments that pay off in a year or 2 years down the road. And the Tigers have been fortunate this year to have that opportunity.
Anybody thinks that it's going to be a cakewalk coming up against Wagner next week? Hey, listen, they still have a top-quality team with a top-quality coach, and they will be mixing it up for sure. Oh, man, I'm so excited. This has been such a fun game to watch. Such a fun team to watch.
This handoff up the middle gets away from the Tigers a little bit, and that looks like
number 13. And that's Moyer.
Yeah, Sam Moyer. He wouldn't let go on that one, so eventually it brings the running back down.
Guys, I'm going to slip out a little bit early to get down there. It's a long way, and you got to go all the way around. So we'll catch up with Coach on the sidelines. I will not be able to see you, so you're going to have to help me out, and hopefully just tell me when you're ready to go. As soon as you see me, we will get to go.
Okay, 3.5 minutes remain. And the Tiger defense now looking at the Elk City looking at a 1st and 10. The Tiger defense looking to put a stop. This handoff goes to the far side of the field.
Again, Moyer in on the tackle. He's come in and made a statement of his own self.
That gain of 6 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 4.
Just at 3 minutes left, Travis. I'm just giddy. I'm just so excited for these Cushing Tigers and the city of Cushing, for all these sponsors, for you, James, Joe, the rest of the girls, Amaya and Jackie and Natasha.
Well, we mentioned, things like this, opportunities like this come along, and the Tigers have made a 12-year continual appearance in the playoffs. They've been to the state championship back in 2014. They've made it past the first round or second round a few times, been to the quarterfinals as early as 2 years ago. Surprised by Elk City last year at home and eliminated in the first week. This year came back here to Putnam City High School Stadium, Pirate Stadium, and told Elk City, not tonight. We're going on this year, and you guys can go home and watch. As Elk City now returning to the line of scrimmage, will hand off a jet sweep, one of their go-to package runs. And that's one of the reasons why that handoff went to number 34, Alex Cupp. He's a junior for this Elk City team, and as we mentioned, Logan Webb in the game at quarterback, he's a sophomore for the Elks. They'll advance the ball to the 42-yard line and gain a 1st down and 10.
Sam Carpenter in on that tackle.
And we've mentioned, as these younger players all year have gotten the opportunity to get into games and into make tackles and make plays, and they've done a nice job and all year long of, improving their skills and honing their skills as well. Oftentimes the younger players have, only been scored on once or maybe twice all season long.
And they take pride in that, and you can see that out on the field right now. They're not letting up. They're playing hard. And they're loving every minute of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Da-da. Coming down to 1 minute left.
It came out of my mouth, and I thought the same thing.
Coming down now, under 1 minute to play. as Elk City approaching midfield now, the 46-yard line.
Oh, Travis.
Second down and 6.
That kills me.
There might be a reason I don't, listen back to some of the broadcasts. I don't know. Maybe I should. That jet sweep coming near side, ball poked away, and the Tigers just swallow that one up in the backfield. Some nice defensive effort, as Elk City won't have to run another play if they don't want to. We're under the 40-second mark. There's about a 6-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. And with third down and long to go, I believe Elk City will concede, come to midfield. Ladies and gentlemen, your Tigers are continuing on. They are advancing to the state championship game. And I believe we're going to take a quick timeout, come right back with our post-game wrap-up and our interviews. And we'll be right here with you for that on the Hub Network.
It seems like these days you can't go anywhere without running into RCBers like pro footballer Brandon Whedon, who happily say, "That's my bank." We're committed to providing you with hometown community banking services, keeping your money safe and secure.
Hey, am I doing this right?
Don't worry, we're way
they had
better
two
at
long
banking.
passes at
RCB Bank, that's my bank.
Located at 300 North Harrison Avenue in Cushing.
At Davis Dental Studio, our patients are our friends. Unlike the big commercial facilities, Davis Dental Studios wants you to know you're not just a number. We strive to bring personal and quality service to each patient. Dr. Rebecca Davis has over 18 years of experience as a caring and compassionate dentist. She and her highly trained staff will make sure your visit is a positive one. So remember, when you and your family need dental care, Davis Dental Studio. You're not just a patient, you're a friend.
Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank Pahuska, wants you to know they are still the same friendly hometown bank. Local people that live, work, and worship right here in Cushing. Providing you the same great service, more convenient products and technology, making your local banking experience even better. A great bank, serving a great community. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank Pahuska.
RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams.
When you have a team of physicians and nurses that really truly care about their patients, that translates into patient care.
It's a small practice, it's a small town.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready for the Blue Sky Bank post-game show interview with Coach Morgan. We're going to go live down on the field to James Caulfield.
James Caulfield here at the Blue Sky Bank post-game interview. Coach Morgan, man, this one lived up to every bit of hype that was out there.
Yeah, I've never seen a team on a mission like the Cushing Tigers are right now. Hats off. I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. You know, they're celebrating right now, but they're chomping at the bit for next Saturday night at 7. I can tell you that much.
Okay, so lead us through. Do you really think this started last year at the loss? Do you think they've been thinking about it all year long, or just really getting fired up this week?
You know, regardless of the opponent, I probably a little bit in their minds. You know, it was a big one in knocking us out last year, but regardless of who's on the line, on the bracket across from us, team on a mission. They so goal-driven, hardest working bunch I've ever been around. Players, coaches, it was obvious the community was out tonight in full force. It was awesome.
So we talked a little bit this week about the coaches and just how amazing that was. Coach Fry, Coach, I mean, what a great job on both sides of the ball tonight.
Yeah, definitely ready to play. I thought it was a very, very physical football game on the defensive side of the ball, and then offensively, you know, those guys got going. I thought our offensive line did an excellent job tonight protecting. Blaze made excellent reads. Noah was running hard. Just an all-around team win, and that's what it takes.
I'm going to let you get out of here. Enjoy this. One last question. Next week, Wagner.
Yeah.
It's already set up. And if anybody thinks that's going to be an easy game, I'd like you to speak to them.
Oh, no doubt. It's Wagner, you know, this is kind of the same thing that you talk about maybe losing last year with these guys moving forward. They're going to be ready to play, and we'll have a group that's ready to go too.
Man, I'm excited about this, Coach. It couldn't happen to a better guy. You did an incredible job. Back to you guys.
That's going to be one of our interviews for our Blue game interview. And you're joining us for the Ortho Oklahoma game wrap-up. And as we do that, we're going to bring Ish back in. Ish, with some of the statistics, your impression of the game as a whole and some of the things that you've got.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the big ones that jumped out at me first off is am I there now?
Now you should be.
All right, there we go. One of the things that jumped out at me first off was we held them to 8 total first downs, 21 for the Tigers. They also had only, 140 rushing yards, but 65 of that came on one play. And then as Bruce pointed out, there was a couple passes, but otherwise their offense didn't look anything like their offense normally looks, which talks about how well the Tiger defense played.
Right, well, they had two long passes tonight for touchdowns, and that probably accumulated for at least 100-plus yards of that 141.
Yeah, and I don't think they found themselves in a situation most of the year where they've had to go to the passing game, and they certainly showed why they don't they don't rely on it for the most part. And they're, you know, the Tigers on defense, as far as, you know, any statistics that stand out to you from a defensive standpoint?
From a Tiger defense?
Yes.
Yes. Again, the biggest one, less than 10 first downs, but only 82 passing yards against a team that was way behind, and you would have expected to throw it up in the air a little bit more. Really clean games, too. As far 4 penalties on the Tigers for 28 yards, 2 on the Elks for 10. Both teams played very clean and very good football.
Yeah, disciplined, focused. And that's been the story week in and week out for the Tigers so far this season as they push forward now to a state championship game.
And I was very surprised at this ball game. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer, a little bit tighter. I thought Elk City was going to come in here and give us a better ball game with that ground attack. However, our coaches did an excellent job schooling, getting out on the practice field, and showing these guys how to stay focused, how to stay disciplined, and how to stay home. Great defensive job tonight.
Oh, yeah, wonderful.
Well, that's going to just about do it for us. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, the game will be on a Saturday. It will be the state championship, and it'll be the first time the Tigers have appeared in a state championship game since 2014. You'll want to make sure and tune in right here with Hub Network Live. Catch your Cushing Tigers. No matter where you are tuning in from, make sure and spread the word. You can watch it live. It'll be at UCO Stadium in Edmond. Your Tigers will be in the state championship against Wagner Bulldogs next Saturday. I believe it's at 7 or 7:30. Thanks for joining us tonight right here on Hub Network. For Travis Peary, myself, James Koppelt, Natasha Kim, Jackie Vanderpool, Amaya Grant, Bruce Vogt, Ish Martin, Joe Kennedy. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you
Bank
next
of
week.
Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank Pahuska, wants you to know they are still the same friendly hometown bank. Local people that live, work, and worship right here in Cushing. Providing you the same great service, more convenient products and technology, making your local banking experience even better. A great bank serving a great community. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank Pahuska.
Well, hello, Whitney. How are you?
John. So here's the proposal packet for the new mobile app.
As long as I'm running this thing, there ain't gonna be no mobile app.
Introducing the new mobile app, making your banking experience even easier. It's so easy, even John can use it. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank Pahuska.
We have a help tab if you need help. We will have...
Oh, me help, I'm pretty good at this.
You are good at this.